News now, a stolen vehicle pursuit.
All right, and Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal with more. Looks like you're on the 405 desk.
We are. Here we go into rush hour. At least we're going against heavy traffic here, Pat, southbound through Van Nuys as we're making our way towards the 101. It is this allegedly stolen utility van right here. I believe it's a GMC van. And so now we're talking about a vehicle that's going pretty fast here, about 90 miles an hour. And, boy, they are crossing lanes, some pretty erratic driving, and that is especially dangerous for a vehicle like this. So let's see if they're going to continue 405 or make that turn to the 101. Looks like they're going to be sticking with the 405, headed towards West L.A. This came out of Ventura County. So we had that other pursuit earlier that started and ended in Ventura County. Another one that originated, I believe we first heard about it in the Simi Valley area here. Let's see once we get past the 101. I want to double in and see if we can get a logo on this van right here. See what this says. Heating and air conditioning, parts and service. We'll see if we can get a name for this vehicle once we get to the side of it at some point. But headed towards the west side now, southbound 405. Here we go. Juan, Pat, and Mike, another one.
This is so weird. I mean, it's a utility truck for one thing. So, you know, obviously maybe the truck was on the street doing some repairs or something, and somebody just decided to jump in and take it on a joyride. You know, I'm really surprised, though, that this vehicle hasn't run into any kind of trouble, because we see it wobbling. It's going at a tremendous amount of speed, right? Is that more dangerous for these rather high-profile vehicles like that?
Oh, yeah. No question about it. I mean, this is the last vehicle, or one of them anyway, that should be driving this fast. As you see LAPD's helicopter getting into the fray on this one as well. So it sounds like, though, this is CHP's pursuit now at this point, that it has been handed off. But we have LAPD's helicopter overhead. I know we've kind of been talking about, it's CHP's new incoming airborne policy with their helicopters, so we'll see if that plays any effect into this. But, you know, we are southbound 405, and even though we're going against rush hour traffic in the afternoon, you can see all those poor folks in the northbound lanes. We are going to hit some traffic once we get into West LA if they do stick with the drive here. If we head down towards the 10, the southbound section between the 10 and the 90, I don't have to tell you just how jam-packed that could be, as we're now on the right-hand shoulder with this one. Boy, yeah, this I do not like to see this kind of driving with this vehicle. It almost kind of looked like he was starting to lose a little bit of control right there. I mean, one, jerk of the wheel or something like that with a vehicle this tall. You've got that ladder up there as well. Who knows what could be clanking around inside, if there's, a lot of plumbing equipment or heating, HVAC, I should say, whatever kind of, heavy-duty tools are in there. So this is someone's livelihood as well that, has allegedly been stolen from them, as we are flying towards West LA on the 405.
Yeah, and this does not look good. After Pat mentioned seeing kind of the van get a little topsy-turvy, I started noticing that happening. And you were saying, Desmond, that ladder, a big concern there. It is going really quick. Hopefully it's strapped on nice and tight there. My guess is whoever stole this van, either it was a crime of opportunity, where, as you were saying, Pat, maybe the door was open, he jumped in, or they just want the materials inside, the tools, the heating and plumbing equipment that this business owner has inside. And again, 68 miles an hour doesn't seem too fast, but very dangerous here on the freeway.
You would have been better off taking the stuff out of the van as opposed to, going on the 405, engaging in this high-speed pursuit, which is eventually going to end, of course. We just hope that it ends well with nobody else hurt. And, of course, this van, if you're the owner, you've got to be very nervous right now watching this happen in your truck. He's in the carpool lane. And you wonder, Mike, I mean, how did they stop something like this? They certainly can't do any kind of pit, and it's on the freeway like that.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, they could try spikes, but the traffic is so heavy right now that spikes would be too kind of risky with all the other drivers. Speaking of the owner, Pat, I did just call and leave a message for the owner. We have got, obviously, the number on the side of the van. So we left them a message. They're after hours. So unclear if they know what's going on, if they're watching this at all. Certainly frustrating. They have a 661 area code, which is usually up in the Antelope Valley. Yeah. So we'll see if that's, maybe they were out on a job in Simi Valley, or maybe that's where the person who, the employee or the owner lives, and that's what, they're going home or what have you. But we'll work on those details. But yeah, as far as stopping this, pit maneuver, certainly not. It is way too heavy, top heavy to do that. Bike strips, Probably not, too, because of where we're at. I mean, if he gets off on surface streets and, you know, we're in that kind of community, then maybe. But I certainly would be surprised at 544 here on a weekday that they would try spike strips on the freeway.
And it's a stolen vehicle pursuit. It's a utility van, Mike. Do we know specifically it was taken out of the Simi Valley area or reported stolen from Simi Valley?
So it's always kind of difficult. We know that Simi Valley PD started the chase, right? So we don't know how long it's been stolen. We don't know if this was a situation where Simi Valley ran the plate as it crossed through the city, and then that's when they started chasing it, or if it's what's called a fresh stolen, which means it just happened in the city of Simi Valley, and that's where they were chasing it from. So we'll try to work on getting those details. Simi's a little bit of a smaller agency that it's a little bit sometimes hard to get a hold of when they're in the middle of an incident like this. So we'll continue to work to get those answers, but at least we know that it was spotted and the chase started in Simi Valley with Simi Valley PD.
And Desmond, can we confirm that CHP is on this chase now?
That was the last that we heard, that they were on this. Let's just widen out while we have a moment and see if we see. Yep, they are right back. Actually, I believe that's still LAPD, I think that's. Oh no, that's still Simi. Yeah, that's interesting because I know they had said that they were going to have CHP take this over, but and if they had trouble catching up or what the deal is here, but those were still the Simi units back there and LAPD's helicopter overhead. But we are going to hit some traffic here very, very quickly if they continue on this trajectory, and with the kind of desperate driving we've seen so far. I'm just kind of really worried how this is going to play out if it's a suspect's going to stick with the southbound 405, and then if they are, we're also going to have some logistical issues, if this continues even farther south of the 90. So we'll see how this plays out in the coming minutes here. But afternoon rush hour, it's always kind of deceptive here on the southbound 405, how it just kind of magically seems fine through West LA. And then once you get down to the 10 is where it's going to get socked in. But they're getting over the right lanes. I think, are we going to get off the freeway here? Maybe going to be getting off. The next exit would be Olympic, I think, or is this Santa Monica Boulevard?
Santa Monica, it looks like from
Santa Monica.
Map Tracker, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, yeah, and on to the right-hand shoulder. So what is the play now? That now you're definitely going to be socked in some traffic. And this is the first time we've seen the vehicle stopped at this point. If he goes over the curb there, he could definitely do some damage to the tires. Just kind of zoom in and get a look here. World Appliance. Yeah, microwaves, dishwashers, ranges, just kind of muscling their way through traffic right here. But Simi Valley, they are right there.
That's a canine
they are in
unit.
pursuit. We'll see. And canines as well. So, let's see. We know that some of these smaller agencies, Ventura County included, on the wrong side of the road now, but they can tend to be on the more aggressive side, and they are sticking with this right now. And again, LAPD overhead with this, but now we're on Santa Monica Boulevard. So if it wasn't busy enough on the 405, now we are headed towards the ocean, westbound on Santa Monica.
Yeah, he said. Well, you see all the traffic on the opposite side of the street there. It's just to me remarkable how he's maneuvering this truck and nothing has happened so far. The way he has been weaving back and forth through traffic like that. And again, really doesn't have any regard, I guess, for anyone out here. Wow, this is problematic. There's somebody on the skateboard.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at that, boy! Wow.
Almost looked like a
Simi
pit.
unit almost lost control right there. Yeah, he couldn't tell. Yeah, it did kind of look like he was trying to set it up, and that may have panicked the driver a little bit. I mean, look at the 70 miles an hour. We've seen him go through a couple of red lights. So really, really nerve-wracking here. This big, heavy vehicle, and if he turns over, gets in a crash, that ladder could go flying as well. This is we'll see if Simi's going to stick with this. But now cross traffic here at Busy Bundy, going right through the intersection there. Somehow was able to squeeze through without hitting any other vehicles. And what is Simi going to do with this one? They are sticking with it. They are still with this one. They definitely seemed pretty intent on sticking with the pursuit. If they haven't broken off yet, then they're probably going to be with this for the duration.
Well, now they're in an issue area where they're not on the freeway anymore, so CHP is not going to come get involved since they got off the freeway. So if they wanted to give it up, they would have to try to convince LAPD to get involved, which I don't want to say only, but if the want is only stolen and this guy's driving like the maniac, I doubt LAPD is going to want to get involved in this if Simi were to back out. So, if Simi were to have handed it over to CHP on the freeway, CHP would have stuck with it on surface streets likely. But I can't imagine CHP getting involved now that he's not on the freeway.
And who makes that call, Mike? Is it someone at headquarters at Simi PD?
Yeah, it's whoever the incident commander is, either the watch commander back at the station, or if there's a supervisor involved in the pursuit, they'll decide whether or not they want to give it up or not, or what the circumstances is. You know, this guy's been going so fast that he may have moved through the CHP area too fast for them to get in place to take it over, even though we had heard and we were pretty confident that CHP was going to take it over, and then something fell apart with that and Simi stayed with it. Remember, CHP is all or nothing. They want the chase or they want nothing to do with it. So if there was a situation where they couldn't get Simi to back out, then CHP said, you know what, we're done. You guys hang on to it and do what you want with it. So that may have been what happened here, or CHP may not have been able to get into place. It's kind of hard to tell. Regardless, though, I don't see a situation where CHP takes it now because they're not on the freeway, and I would be surprised with the way we're driving, wrong side of the road.
Yes.
I would be surprised that LAPD would have any involvement in this.
Well, eventually it'll be in Santa Monica, right?
Yeah, if we're going westbound, yeah.
Santa Monica
He's going to go down to Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah, we're into Santa Monica now.
Oh, we're already in Santa Monica, Des says, yeah. Oh, there's the promenade.
Yeah, we're going.
He's heading toward the ocean.
I mean, we are hurling towards the coast, and the closer we get towards, Palisades Park and Ocean Boulevard, the more people we're going to have out here walking around. A very pedestrian-heavy area, and we saw just how this bird cutting off a cyclist right there. That guy, and let's widen out and see where the authorities are. Okay. So that cyclist getting up on the sidewalk, he said, I don't want anything to do with this. So at 11th Street, so we are trending towards closer. We're just north now. Or actually, if it continues, he's going to go through the Santa Monica, through the 3rd Street Promenade. And, obviously there's a ton of people out there walking around. He's going to cross it if he continues here, coming up to Lincoln soon. One of the busiest streets in LA on the west side, right through there. Just imagine you're on your way home, and here just comes this van out of nowhere on the red light, right through the intersection, and making that wide turn there, barely able to negotiate. Simi right behind him, though.
Let me introduce you to my creative assistant, Claude. Claude is an AI collaborator that works with you.
Down onto 7th Street. I mean, again, I just can't emphasize how many. These are all crowded streets, a lot of pedestrians. It's rush hour on the west side. At least, if the weather was nicer, we'd probably have a lot more people out here on the streets than we do today. But just a very, very dangerous situation here in a vehicle that is not equipped to be driven the way that this person is driving it.
Now, considering where they are, would Simi Valley, they would have to reach out, would they not, to that jurisdiction of Santa Monica and ask them to get involved?
Yeah, so the good news is you've got the LAPD airship above. The LAPD airship should be able to, I was making the turn, I think, there. LAPD airship.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is. The LAPD helicopter should be able to communicate with Santa Monica over the radio so that there doesn't have to be that, Otherwise, Simi's got to have their dispatch call Santa Monica's dispatch, and that gets a little clunky and obviously kind of slows down the relay of information as to exactly where they are. That's the promenade, right?
Boy,
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Right by 3rd Street. Yep. That was my big fear right there. And this is going to dead end to Ocean Boulevard.
Right.
So we'll see what the next move is going to be. And there's more pedestrians here.
Oh my goodness.
And there it is. So now we're at Palisades Park and southbound on Ocean Avenue. So we're going to be right down by the Santa Monica Pier and Simi Valley. Boy, they are locked on this one like a magnet. And through that big crosswalk right there, fortunately there was nobody in the intersection. But you can see, even with this kind of dreary weather today, how many people are out here by the coast. Very popular place to be after work, and just taking these turns all crazy. And so right down now by Santa Monica Place, and not too far away from where the Expo line ends. So back east on Olympic, at least getting away from the big pedestrian corridors, but this could take us back to the 10 freeway. Just aimless, insane driving.
The Santa
by this
Monica
driver.
PD sitting right there.
He just passed we just passed the Santa Monica Police Department car?
Yeah, there were 2 of them sitting on the curb. I don't know if they were, I know they're stationed, the police station's right around here, so I don't know if that's what it was or if they're just kind of monitoring it. But yeah, he did pass 2 of them on the wrong side.
Considering that.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that poor person.
Still going.
Oh, that poor motorist right there. Still going. Yeah, I just kind of, that person had probably no idea what hit him right there. Just absolute insanity, and let's see how Simi responds to that and how the driver responds to that. Fortunately, I'm sure they're very shaken up, but it wasn't a head-on collision or a T-bone or anything like that, so hopefully those folks are going to be okay. And Simi almost looking like they want to come in with a pit maneuver now. Kind of behind the sidewall. Olympic in third, making a turn back towards us now over the 10 freeway. Those two units, they are not at all deterred by the driving of this suspect. As we're going northbound, it sure looks like they want to set up for the pit maneuver here. Might be kind of tough, though, with this van and that ladder on top and everything. I feel like there's a high probability that ladder could become detached and go flying through the air and into something or someone. So that's, just kind of another factor in all of this. But they sure look like they want to do a pit and bring this to an end. And
well, you know what?
Definitely want to get the go ahead, Pat.
I mean, we saw that I'm going to call it an altercation with the other vehicle, but we also saw several pedestrians had to run to get out of the way. So at that point, this is very, very dangerous. There's no question about that. And you can, sometimes we've seen guys where, Mike, I heard you say, of course they back off sometimes because it could be that dangerous and it's a stolen vehicle. But at this point, it looks like they really want to get this guy in custody. I'm going to say guy because we're assuming that's who it is and that they're not going to give this up. However, they used to be right behind them. Where is Cindy?
They got.
There's another one.
Yeah, the cops got stuck at a light. They're coming, but I saw actually 3 of them back there, which I don't know if a third one just joined because I'd only remember seeing 2, but I did just a couple seconds ago see 3 patrol cars. So they're trying to catch up right now. We'll see.
Oh, no. Why?
Out on foot.
All right. Well,
dude.
Well, at least the pursuit is over. Now out on foot and out here right near the end of the expo line and right by Santa Monica Place, right by the Santa Monica Pier on westbound Colorado. So, and here comes Simi. We'll try to get around this building here to the right and see if they're going to get him down on the ground. But unfortunate there for that person. Hopefully they don't have whiplash too bad.
Who let the dogs out?
Okay, so and LAPD, and now he's running towards the pier. And, LAPD's there with the helicopters. Well, I don't know how this guy thinks he's going to get away. But, he's got the vehicle barrier there that's actually in his favor. But he is winded and decides after all that.
There it is.
He saw that dog.
He has done enough property damage. He's stolen someone's livelihood. He hit a couple of vehicles there, a couple of innocent motorists. Boy, that was just insane driving even by LA standards. And we had some property damage there for sure. Hopefully the people in the Prius will end up being okay. But, boy, just super crazy out of Simi, ending here right at the front door of the Santa Monica Pier, the end of Route 66 here in Santa Monica. This lunatic driver being taken into custody. Oh, no, why?
Well, if you noticed, remember how he just laid down and sort of like, my hands are out. All right, I'm giving up now.
I recently purchased the most popular glucose meter online and decided to test it with you.
As if, okay, guys.
Yeah, right?
You really want to say, but look what you put people through.
Dropped his cell phone there. You can see they moved that over.
Well, I'm sure World Appliance? They should be a little relieved that the truck is...
Oh, that could have ended way worse.
Yep, there's no question.
Oh, yeah.
He's smiling. Look at that.
Yeah, well,
maybe he's a little out of it.
He's talking.
Quite possibly. He was certainly driving like it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Gonna be a long drive back to Simi.
If that's where he's from,
especially
right?
on that 405.
Well, they'll take him back there to process him and, do all that.
And he didn't he hit the back of another vehicle and then just ran out? Didn't he make contact with another vehicle?
Yeah.
And that's what really stopped that truck.
Right, and the way that intersection was set up right there is the center divider is taller than just kind of a regular curb. So I think that's why he didn't want to try to go over the top of it. So he kind of rear-ended the Prius, which then rear-ended a Tesla, and then that's when he got out and ran.
Okay, fortunately it looks pretty minor there, but yeah, you're right. That raised divider right there. It's because that's the expo line that's right there, right? That's the ending of the expo line. So I think that's, and also a protected bike lane. So kind of a pedestrian safety measure there that ended up potentially foiling this pursuit that was continuing in an extremely congested area. So, yeah, super dangerous, some property damage, hopefully no injuries, and it definitely could have ended way, way worse than that, like you said, Mike.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, they're doing a long walk with this guy.
Yeah, back to those police cars.
A long perp walk. All right, Desmond, thanks for that.
He's getting out, dumping the vehicle, ramming into more cars. The driver out of the vehicle, he's running for it. One driver now on foot.
Now at 11, a day of dangerous pursuits, including this one involving a work van making dangerous maneuvers in the heart of Santa Monica. It eventually ends with a driver running up the ramp of the Santa Monica Pier and surrendering in front of stunned tourists. It's one of 3 police pursuits across L.A. County tonight, with Air 7 following all of the twists, turns, and high speeds in heavy traffic. In one case, 3 men being chased by police even tried to hide in a shed. We begin with Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter with new details on that chase that ended on the Santa Monica Pier. Leanne.
Mark, I spoke to the owner of that stolen van tonight. He says his biggest concern was for those innocent drivers hit by that fleeing suspect, and says he is grateful no one was seriously hurt, especially since that driver on the run was racing through busy surface streets full of cars and people.
The tension here is through the roof. Down there and up here in the helicopter. I am very nervous about this one, guys.
Chris Christie right overhead, and Air 7 calling the concerning chase as the wanted driver put so many lives in danger.
More pedestrians. Look at this. People running out of the way.
Simi Valley police spotting the stolen van taken from World Appliances Heating and Air Conditioning based in Santa Clarita, and the chase was on from the 118 freeway to the 405 and into Santa Monica.
He is desperate to get away.
The suspect, flying at 70 miles an hour on busy Santa Monica Boulevard, identified as Alex Villegas, the 21-year-old running red lights, nearly taking out a skateboarder.
He's at the promenade. Lots of pedestrian traffic, people running in all different directions.
And narrowly missing those crossing the street, including a woman walking her dog.
Oh, collision there, sideswiping an innocent vehicle, and he keeps on going.
One car hit as Villegas continued weaving through the heart of Santa Monica before bailing and taking out more innocent drivers.
He's getting out, dumping the vehicle, ramming into more cars. The driver out of the vehicle, he's running for it.
The 21-year-old running straight for Santa Monica Pier, finally giving up. Officers with their tasers drawn, visitors capturing the only in LA scene on camera. Villegas taken into custody, the innocent victims sorting out the sudden chaos.
Man, that was about as heart-pounding as it gets, especially with all of that pedestrian traffic here in downtown Santa Monica. Just unbelievable stuff.
Certainly was dramatic to watch. Villegas now facing a long list of charges, including stolen vehicle, hit and run, and felony evading. Reporting live, Leanne Suter, ABC 7 Eyewitness.